When it started.
Hey. I'm so tired right now. Hey. Hi. How's it going over there?
It's going great.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, this is the first shot ever for this journey that we're about to go on. We are leaving New York City as we speak, on our way to JFK to the airport. How do you feel, Alex?
I'm really excited. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Ready to do. One guy take off for a month-long road trip. The ultimate adventure from New York to Cape Town,
on to Joburg, Amsterdam, Rome, and London with a little side trip to Paris.
And the Straits of D. Luxembourg.
The mission of this journey, number 1, to connect with hip-hop artists and fans worldwide. Number 2, document the culture and some events outside of the U.S.
And last but definitely not least, the crux of our adventure. To ask and hopefully find the answer to the one question that's burning in the minds of hip-hop fans and artists worldwide. Is the real hip-hop dead?
Went from turntables to MP3s, from B Street to commercials on Mickey D's, from gold cables to Jacobs, from plain facials to Botox and facelifts.
But before we get into all the serious stuff, I guess we should properly introduce ourselves. I'm Jaquita Shashu Aziza Tale, known to my peoples as Jack.
And here I am, Alexandra Nicobia Lavlanet, at your service. You can call me Alex for short. And who are we? We're lifelong hip-hop heads, huge fans, if you will, and recent college grads.
05?
Who were born in the early 80s, but we came up in the 90s. Representing a hip-hop generation that remembers self-destruction, and we're all in the same gang.
Not to mention Reagan.
Yeah, we're so old, right?
In any case, we've grown up with the culture, seeing it evolve from burns, throw-ups, beats, rhymes, and life, into the multi-billion-dollar industry that it is today.
I heard that hip-hop was dead, but I didn't believe that. It takes more than just a statement to make something a fact. These days, commercialism is just ruining rap. You see, we have to deal with that till the realness comes back. The trouble is, most heads be taking hip-hop for granted, forgetting they'd have nothing if it wasn't on this planet. Acting like it's a privilege, never thinking to let it live. Killing my first love with no remorse, of course. Money must be the source.
And though this isn't a story about the history of hip-hop, we gotta give props to its roots. Perhaps you've heard of DJ Kool Herc and Africa Bambaataa, the honored father and godfather of hip-hop. Well, they got the party live back before we were born. The world should thank Jamaica and the Bronx for hip-hop.
But don't forget about the West Coast. We definitely put it down and made our own contribution.
Calm down, nobody's hating on Cali. Let's just keep it moving.
All right. Lyrics, content, flow, snapping, freestyle.
We can't forget about all the b-boys and girls out there getting down in a different kind of cipher. Dance. A universal language understood by every literal body. Well, maybe not everybody. Huh.
But you don't have to be able to dance, spit, or spin a record to bomb a train or draw a character in your book.
And then there's that fifth element of hip-hop, beatboxing. Some folks think it counts, others disagree.
KRS-One says that there are actually 4 more elements. So who are we to say what's what?
But hip-hop is much more than just music and art. It's a lifestyle, a culture.
The expression, being able to express yourself. I learned that hip-hop was about the way you speak, the way you express, the way you dress, the way you move, the way you interact.
Hip-hop is what I love doing every day. Like the way I talk, the way I walk, clothes I wear. And I was just, if I could say I was born into it. Yeah, man, like I said, it's like, it's life to me, basically.
That's the important, because that's how I see MC. It's communication, global communication. So
It takes a long time. Like, people think, that you can start spitting a couple of rhymes and have like 10 lyrics in your book and get paid. You can't. Don't be an idiot, right?
Well, you know, and that's how it started, and you get in different levels of, okay, you see another guy and you see how he's working that style, and you're like, yo, you adopt a little bit from that, and you adopt a little bit from that, and you take a bit from everything, and you make your own sort of style.
My mum is a hip-hopper, you know? Her identity is hip-hop. Because when you see my old lady swagger down the road, she has a certain way of walking, you know? A certain style within her walk. Hip-hop is about style. My mum's walk is stylish, you know? Style is hip-hop.
I'm sure it's like that with MCing as well. You have your favorite MCs, and they're like, okay, yeah, that guy's got a cool style, and you take a little bit from everybody, you know what I mean?
Noting both the abundance of love and sometimes conflict in the hip-hop world at large, the first thing we were dying to ask folks was...
Well, I used to break dance in it now and again. I used to body pop and all that, so it was all like cool and gang and all that.
Cool. The Danger Dooms and
Africa Bambaataa.
Yeah, D-Block all day, man. The locks on it straight.
School D.
Little Brothers and stuff, so.
Rubber Room, the Emperor,
Q-Tip.
Took up a bar and that.
Big Pool.
More D-Block and Alpha.
Last Emperor.
Immortal Technique.
Useless Rock Raider.
Bit of Jay-Z.
Cool G Rap. MF Grum. MF Doom.
There's people like Papoose, Saigon, Cassidy.
All the way back, Kane, Bismarck, Rakim.
Immortal Technique, MC.
And Wu-Tang Clan, 36 Chambers. Then I started rapping.
Boot Camp Click,
Mad Lib.
Helter Skelter,
Loot Pack.
I listen to G-Unit still and Dipset a lot as well, so.
And I used to listen a lot with MC Hammer, you know, and I was down about it.
Company Flow. Cannibal Ox. Cannibal Ox.
You know, Wyclef Jean, to Busta Bus, Snoop Doggy, Tupac Shakur, rest in peace, B.I.G.
I listen to myself, so no one can't tell me that I'm influenced by this person or that person. I'm just spitting what I do and what we do on our side of it, you get me? On our streets, and I'm spitting what I've seen and stuff.
I got a tape of Razel. I listened to the shit and I didn't believe that he was actually doing this from his mouth, you know?
We immediately began to wonder if we were actually as hip-hop savvy as we had initially thought. Okay, so we might know some hip-hop quotables and may have spent many evenings front row at hip-hop shows from LA to New York, but before this trip, the only thing we really knew about MF Doom was his name.
Despite the embarrassment factor, there was something kind of cool about having to fly around the world, miles and miles away from home, just to be put on to somebody in our own backyard.
Speaking of folks in our backyard, that's Aloe Black. He's a Cali-raised MC with Panamanian roots and a tight flow.
Money must be the source that's breaking apart my aching heart, but I'm not faking because part of me is taken, and it's making me see how things should be ultimately. But my opinion isn't shit to a world of idiots. I submerge in this. It occupies my every action. Hip-hop is like the only thing that brings me satisfaction. It's really incomprehensible from objective views, but if you try for a day to walk a mile in my shoes, you see exactly what I mean. Like how it builds my self-esteem with the Dream Sequence team. Music keeps my aura clean. I fiend for hip-hop.
Cape Town's full of hip-hop heads and aspiring artists, and we were curious to know how they all got started.
We met DJ Black T, a talented Joburg transplant at Orchard Bank on Long Street, where he's a resident DJ. He was the first friend we made on our journey after the long flight from New York to Amsterdam and Cape Town.
Where you guys taking the food chase to?
Oh, well, we're here representing New Law Productions in the house. We're here in South Africa traveling around. We're doing a documentary on hip-hop on a global scale. So we're here trying to capture the hip-hop scene here in Cape Town. The core elements of what it was, how it started in America with, using it for political and social movement and to learn and to grow as means of communication for people in a community. And it's still based in that here. And that's what we've seen. That's what we thought. It's been confirmed already. So we're so happy to capture it. That's what it's about. And unfortunately, we're a little bit disappointed in the route that hip hop has taken in our country. And that's why we think it's really